Hello and welcome back to Stranded Deep, welcome back to the map editor, and welcome back to this island we are creating. We're on the PC version of the game, the Steam version of the game, and if you're just joining us at this very, very late stage, I'll just run through the controls. They are W to go forward, S to go back, A to go left, D to go right, Q to go down, E to go up, push and hold the right mouse button, that pans everything around. But wait, there's more. There's always more. As we pull a plane out, we can say R to rotate, T to transform, C to copy or clone, delete, have something selected and press F. That focuses something smaller and that focuses closer because it's done on the size of the object. If we delete the aeroplane because we don't need it there. The other things to note is that the camera does not have a constant velocity. It slows down when you get close to the island mesh, the sand. It also slows down when you get close to objects. The more objects you have, the slower it becomes until it looks like you have lag. That's not the case, but you're gonna lag? There we go. Little jump there. Yeah, that is just something the game does. There is no way of fixing that. It's not your computer, it's not my computer, it's not the video, it's not nothing. It's just the way it is. And lastly, we got the terrain, we got the brushes, smooth, set, and raise and lower. The amount slider is inherited between all three brushes, so if you have it cranked all the way up and you're smoothing the sand like a crazy person, well, a sane person because sand is smooth, and then you hit the raise and lower. You have lower selected, you left click briefly, and suddenly you have a hole all the way down to Tartarus. Have this amount slider cranked down. Leave it down. There is no undo in the game. Save often. Because if you mess it up, it's easier to reload a save than it is to do anything else. Anyway, we tested the island last time. We're basically done with this island, but there are a few notable things that stuck out. First of all, this wreck here. We have a wreck here, but let's have a wreck over here. And they kind of are in the same alignment and they are the same wreck. I don't like that. It bothers me. Even though you can't see them, you can't physically see them, it bothers me that these wrecks are the same and in the same orientation. So what I'm going to do is delete that. Sorry, but we got to do it. We got to do it. And we're going to go and find Shipwreck 3A. And pop that there instead. But we can't see Shipwreck 3A. No, until we actually get far enough away. And what we're going to do is just pop that in the hole. We can see it from over here. And I'm going to rotate it down. We can just about make it out from over here. Slide it forward, slide it down a bit. And that should be fine. So that wreck right in front of us. The trouble is the LOD models, the close model doesn't exist. It will exist in the game, but it just doesn't exist here. So we have to zoom all the way out until we can see it. Why? Why is it like that? Don't know. They can fix it? No. No, they announced Stranded Deep 2, and I think they're pretty much done with Stranded Deep as a game. There may be some patches. There may be some patches if Ben and Sam are still working on the game. I mean, if Ben and Sam are listening to this, hi. Thank you for the game. Also, just a few little tweaks would be quite nice. So that's that. The other thing that I did note is that the cave does feel a little bit, it's kind of a little bit empty. Once you're inside it, it's fine, but the roof is big and there's nothing there. So I'm going to need to throw some plants on there. It's not great. So what we can do is look at pulling out something like a cocoa bush. Can we stick a cocoa bush on the ceiling? I think we can. Ooh, we can. Oh, look at that. That works reasonably well. And it's not that intrusive. Beautiful. We need to leave a hole, obviously, here so the sunlight can pour through. I'm glad the sunlight is actually cooperating. Look at those rays, those light shafts. We can push it up a little bit into the ceiling. There we go. Just a little bit more color. We don't need this to be super green on the inside. This isn't like the inside of the Genesis planet from Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. But what we do need is just something to break up all of this grey. I think that as just a little like highlight, a little interest is fine. Yep, it's fine. Few more nans. Yeah, let's get some nan plants going on the ceiling. They shouldn't be on the ceiling, but you know what? when you got that feeling and you're dancing on the ceiling, put some nans on there. All right, just a little bit of greenery. What does that look like? I don't like that. While we got it selected, we'll remove it. Remove it. Oh, you just straight up deleted that plant. Yeah, I don't think hanging down from the ceiling, it doesn't look natural. It don't look natural, it don't. Oh, all right. So we'll tuck some plants in around the outside, like the buffalo girls. Buffalo girls? Yeah, buffalo girls go around the outside. We don't need to really worry too much about leaves clipping into walls and stuff at this point. Mostly because the player ain't going to be able to get up and look at it. But we are just going to keep an eye. Make sure that when the toggle does snap to something else, you hit terrain and objects, so we ain't got nothing selected. Ain't got nothing selected is a double negative. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. I'm just going to grab some other plants, just slap them on the walls. Do we know what you mean? Yeah. Yes. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. Okay. There we go. That's fine. Just to break up the grey. Helps break up the grey. Yep. And on here. And we'll rotate. That'll do. So what are we looking like now? Well, we got that plant there, got a little flower, got some stuff on the ceiling. A little bit of alocasia. This bit around here is very grey as well. This, I did notice, is kind of hanging off the wall. So if we can select that, what we'll do is we'll shunt that over significantly. There we go. So it's just not hanging out in space. I think that was the problem. Good. Could we put... I suppose we could technically put a ficus in here. Ficus tree is just a small one. Let's see. A slightly bigger small one. There we go. That's a bit better. And if you want to get rid of it, you can just chop it down, which means this might actually not be necessary. How many people are going to chop that particular tree down? That, detective, is a real question. Is a right question. Saruman, I think maybe. Yeah, it's just the inside of this cave is very grey. It's big and it's grey and it's kind of not that great. That'll do. Okay, what are we looking like now? That's a bit better. I still feel there should be something on the ceiling. Can we put guava lava on the ceiling? How many do we have? Max reached. Guava, potato, the pee-pee. Oh, it'd be funny just to put a pee-pee on the ceiling. Put pee-pee on the ceiling and then everyone's just like, I can't reach it. I can't reach up there. Well, that's... yeah, fine. So we got the Sarumans. Could slam another cocoa bush somewhere in here, I guess. No, I think it's going to be just too much. I think it might just be too much. I kind of think here. It's kind of under here, maybe. It's a little bit of green. Let's see. It's following the wall because I haven't let go yet. Let's see what it's going to look like if we rotate this around. T to transform, and then we just shunt it into the wall. Right. That's going to be fine. It's just a bit more green, you see. Just a little bit more green. Good. Terrain objects. Got the Saruman 2. Let's have that poking out in that little bit of light there. Nice. That won't be there all day. I've got to remember it's not going to be there all day. It's just a little bit better. This roof, though. We could probably put something here. The big Saruman. Oh. Yep. I think so. And that would have two features if we drag that into the end of the rock. So as you're walking up, you go, plants. Okay, we're not going to go that direction. Yeah, that just adds a nice little buffer stop to the end of the walkway. We can add a smaller Saruman underneath as well. Trouble is then is there too much plant life at this point? Maybe I just don't want stuff hanging upside down. So what do we got? Plants. We can just do one over here. Quite nice. Just adding them in places where they are going to look sensible. That's a bit better. Just something to break up this walkway, because if you're standing on this walkway, now you have this in the corner of your eye, and it's not just grey. You got the tree over the top. That's fine. So we've got the green above us, the green above. I think that's a bit better. We could probably add a couple more nans and then call it there. The nan is a very strange plant. I think it might have a collision model on it, so you don't really want it in a place where a player can bump into it. I'm going to have to test that. I think I might have to test this just before packaging and making it live, which means this video is going to be a pain in my butt. I'm going to put it in the wall so some of the leaves are actually physically clipped in, and then just check. Yeah, I think that should be okay. And then looking that direction. I think we do need something here just in case the player just knocks down, does knock down those trees, just in case. You can never tell. Well, that banana plant lives there now. That's the danger with the nans. Okay, cool. What is it looking like through there now? It's looking a bit more leafy green. That's better. It's subtle. It's a huge space. But that's better. That feels so much better. Because you just can't have grey. You can't have all the grey. So that's 1, 2. There was this here is a 3. So this needs to have something done to it. Okay, we are going to need to do something here. We're going to set height, read from there, which is the middle of the channel. Change the size down. We can put it on land and see what's going on. The amount is just a few pixels up, and then I'm just going to push that in along here. Just get rid of some of this peninsula. There we go. That's nice. Just chase that back a little bit more, and then we got to do something with this, because this isn't right. What we can do is put in a big rock, because we've got a big rock over there. That actually might be too similar to the one that's over there. Let's grab. No, that is the same one that's over there. Big rock 4 or 5. That'll do. So chunk that down into the ground. T to transform. Let's move it over a little bit. Am I grabbing the right toggle? I'm not. Right. Let's move it out a little bit into the channel. Okay, what we can do then is raise the terrain, make sure the amount slider is just off the stop, change the size of the brush down even more, and then raise. I was like, why is there water appearing there? That ain't right. That ain't right. Okay. Smooth that off. Wonderful. Yeah, the land just kind of just ended. I think that wasn't so great. We'll go down to the bottom, we'll grab some small rocks, pop them around there, and let's clear the channel, right? Yeah, it is. Let's clear the channel. Okay, cool. We've got these trees here, but what we could do is throw in a ficus just on the end here. If we go back to trees and then find ficus tree 2, because it has that lovely... please. Has a lovely branch that goes out over the water. Oh, it does? Yep. So as you come through, you can have the branch that goes out over the water. I think that's kind of neat. And then we can just add a little bit of driftwood. Let's add it here. And then we can add some other, we can have the salmon just here. Just with a leaf going over the rock. Not quite touching it, but just kissing the rock. And then if we come around the other side, because we're having a little trouble maneuvering things, what we can do is add a yucca tree just here. T transform, drag it into the ground a little bit. And now that kind of dead end, that little bit of dead land has some purpose. You can go there, you can get some yucca, there's a little plant, there's some rocks, neat. This also needs something doing to it. It exists, we know why it exists, it's here, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to feel very natural. So what we can do is throw in, again, some small rocks on this side. Let's do the same thing here and here, rotate it around, rotate it a little bit. Okay, cool. And then we have that bit of cloth there. What we can do is just shunt that over. It's a physics object, so no matter where it is, it'll just end up on the ground. We can see how far away it is by the shadow. Terrain object, so we don't have anything selected, and we can do the same thing. If we hit terrain and then raise mount slider, double check that. Always double check your mount slider. Double check your mount slider. I'll raise this up over here, just into that rock, smooth it off. Crank the mount slider up for the smoothing. Nice, 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 nice. Right, cool. And then hit up trees. Can't add more aloe vera. Oh no, can't add more aloe vera. No, but we can add some plants. That is on rock. That ain't right. Fast rotate. Okay. Alocasia. Maybe add a little nana plant here as well. Yep. Let's see what else. I'd like to add more stuff. We can add the Saruman 2 maybe. I just want some plant life just around this area, because it does feel very much like this is just here. That feels a bit better. I mean, it feels a bit better. We got some more rocks and things here. If we throw in, oh no, we got plenty of rocks around here. So that now has there's like providence. There's rocks here, rocks on the headland. There's rocks over here and a tree. I'm kind of resisting the temptation to put another tree here. I mean, we could absolutely do that if we bring the sand up there. Are you not resisting the temptation very well? No, mount slider down. Not really. Not really. I love the ficus trees. I'm sorry, but they're great. The one structural tree with the crazy branches is like having an oak tree. Like oak trees have these style of branches as well. I've also noticed a little bit of a hiccup here. We'll sort this out momentarily. What we can do is rotate this around. Rotate that. Okay. And like that. There's some bubbles there. Well, what do the bubbles represent? That will be a gap in the terrain where the player can see through underwater. So we will go back to raise height, mount slider down. Oh, those bubbles are gone. Well, that actually might be okay then. If the bubbles snap away, it should be okay. Okay, well, we'll raise it up and then smooth it off a little bit around here. See what happens. The reason we've thrown this in is because now we have this branch over the top. If we hit up objects, we can orient it from this side. Raise it up a bit more, crank it back. Okay, cool. So we have this, we have the branch over the top, and then we have the little platform that you can use to dive off of. Good. Good, yeah. I'll throw some driftwood in here as well. There we go. Now too much driftwood. Okay, that's a little better. That feels a little better. That feels a little bit more natural. I'm just wondering if the trunk itself is too exposed now. Well, I'll throw in a rock at the bottom. I'll do that. I'll be the boy that did that. Small rock. And we'll rotate it. And then we'll transform. And then just in, touching the trunk. And that's fine. Cool. Good. So that's that sorted. That's the peninsula sorted. That's the boat sorted, although we can't physically see it in the editor. And that's the tunnel sorted. Yeah, that looks so much better. There is just one other thing, and it was this area here. This kind of felt a little bit open, a little bit je ne sais quoi. I don't know what is missing here, but there's only something missing. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it should be big and open and not have anything here. We can maybe just add some rocky rocks. That would add a little something along the spine, and then throw some plants in on those rocks. I'm again resisting the temptation just to slap trees everywhere. Really? Yeah, I mean, we've done a lot with trees. I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of trees on this island. But let's resist the temptation. Acacia, yes. So we can add like a little rock garden instead. I'll do that. I'll do that instead. It just feels like there should be something here, but there isn't. And it doesn't feel like we've filled the space. Each frame a painting. Okay, that's a little better. That's a little better. If we go back to... In fact, if we go back to trees, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? No, where in the world... Or is it structures? No. Items. Where in the world was the... driftwood. It's got to be under plants, right? I literally just put driftwood down. And driftwood, there it is. I literally put driftwood down and I'm just like, I don't know where it is. I can't see it. Why can't I see it? Well, I'll put some there. Okay, cool. That feels a little better. A little more in keeping with the area. I just keep wanting to put trees and stuff everywhere, but that feels right. Okay. And the last pass over here. Are we going to do anything with this? I mean, this is basically the area where you would build a house. I know. The crabs. Curry crabs. I'm going to move those slightly further inland to here. And to here. Boop. So the crabs are further inland because they were spawning in the water. I think the other crabs over here are going to spawn in the water. I don't think there's anything you can do about that. We know the big crabs are spawning correctly in the forests. I think that's fine. Yes, over here. I don't know. At this point, I'm not entirely sure if we should do anything with that. We just leave it big and open and sandy. I mean, that's fine. Okay, I'll do that. But I'll do some more stuff with this. And then we can kind of... I just, you know, you get to the point and it's just like, is this enough? Are people gonna like this? Are people gonna appreciate it? I don't know. What we'll do with this one is we'll actually rotate the camera so we can tell which way is up, and then just push that quite deep into the ground, and then grab the terrain brush, raise and lower, a mount slider almost all the way down, change the size up a little bit and down a little bit. It's kind of difficult to gauge because the sand around here is a little lumpy bumpy, and there's nothing we can do about that. We can smooth it, but that's not going to really help too much in the long run. Hit lower and just try and like manually chip off some of these corners. Yeah, I think that's basically all we can do. Right, is that working? Not really. And if it's not working, what we can do is just delete it. So we'll hit OK, yep, goodbye. And what we'll do is we'll throw in rock. Yeah, we'll put some rocks instead. Some actual rocks. Small rocks. Small rocks. Okay. And because we've got the small rocks there, we can just throw in plants. Plants, plants, plants. A little bit of alocasia. Like that. Right. Yeah, because otherwise this area just doesn't really feel like we've done anything with it. It still feels like... yeah, it just feels kind of empty. I don't know. I don't know really how to explain it. We have this here, which is fine. Everything's fine. Everything's just fine. There is a boat there, but you can't see it. It's another one of the shipwrecks that you can't see. And then we got the walkway up. I think I might just be worrying. I think we're done. I think we're done. So we got clay, we got rocks, we got trees, we got fruit, we got medical supplies, we got sticks. I could probably add some more sticks to the world. Let's go machete. Nope. I think it's going to be under the other one, isn't it? Or the biological. Oh, wood stick. Yeah, we could probably add a few more wood sticks to the world. You can never have too many wood sticks, you know? So we'll just bring them up and hit rotate and just spin it around. Press transform, bring it up, rotate, spin it around. The reason we're not adding like 1 million animals is because if you add 1 million animals, you will kill the frame rate. Animals are definitely something that is a little heavy on the old CPU. Let's do this. Oh, I don't know how many sticks you can bring out. I guess there is an item limit. And we'll do the same thing along here. So I don't mind giving people sticks because they're building materials and they're also likely to... people are more likely to use sticks first if rather than chop down trees and things, if you just give them a bunch of them. Or scatter them over the island as something you can just gather. Gatherer? Build more farms. Okay. I'll rotate. Scoots into space. That's the thing. I think there's only over here. Okay. LT, and then we'll rotate. I feel that I may have forgotten something, but at this point, let's just ignore that. Scoots over here. Again, same thing. Drag it in, transform, rotate. It seems like we're adding a lot, but considering how many sticks you need to do anything in this game, it's not. T to transform, a little bit of a rotate. Terrain objects, so we got nothing selected. And I believe that's it. So we've changed the shipwreck that was there. They're still in the same orientation. You still can't see them, but they are definitely different shipwrecks. We have a shipwreck, it's called a ferry wreck, but it's a rowing boat. So fishing boat, ferry, fishing. There's another ferry there, fishing, aeroplane. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 wrecks on the island for people to discover. We have a couple of lanterns that we've placed in various positions. There's plenty of woods. There's the crabs. There's the big crabs. And there's obviously the giant tunnel which runs through everything, which is easier to get to on a smaller raft, but a bigger raft, yeah, you're going to have to work out maneuvering yourself. Okay, cool. I think what we're going to do is save it, and then I'm going to go and pop it in the workshop. And there we are. Diz's Return uploaded to the Steam Workshop for Stranded Deep. But wait, there's more. I can't link the map directly to a YouTube description. That doesn't work here. And the reason it doesn't work is because the workshop isn't fully enabled. I don't know what the problem is, but it is a problem, and it is specifically with Stranded Deep. The way you find maps for Stranded Deep, if you happen to be in the PC version of the game, is go to the Stranded Deep store page. That's the one on the left-hand side. Scroll down past all of this and get to the bottom where it says Visit the Workshop. Click on Visit the Workshop, and that will take you to the Stranded Deep Workshop. Now, you could just go browse, hit browse and items, and then sort by most recent, and that should bring you Diz's Return, Jurassic Park, Trident, Blue Hole, Deep Blue Sea, Hobbes Rest, Hobbes Revenge, Hobbes Renown. These are all familiar maps, yes, because I made a lot of these. In fact, I made all of them. But wait, there's more. Yeah, we also have the Overdrive Theatre map pack under collections. If you can search for that, then it's also in there. You can just subscribe to all of the maps in one easy place, if that is something you want to do. So, is that the end of that? I think so. I'm not entirely too sure what I'm going to do for the next episode. I might just jump back into Stranded Deep and have a little play around. But I might also just start another world just from scratch, just afresh, just to ease us back into the gameplay. But I'm going to leave it there for the time being. If you like these videos, definitely leave a little like, leave a subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. If you want notifications, dingle the bingle. If you don't want notifications, don't click the bell, and I'll tell you what, I'll catch you next time.